Hi, everyone. So, as promised, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about emotions. Our kids are taught that any emotion is a negative thing, like to show sadness, even sometimes to show anger, but they're not allowed to be vulnerable, that's for sure. And so, what happens is the coercive controller, narcissistic abuser makes them really uncomfortable with any emotion that we show. Right? That's the thing they hold against us. So if you've been called too sensitive or you cry too much or you yell all the time, again, everything becomes black and white, right? So it's not just you yell sometimes, or sometimes when you're on the phone with this particular person, you might raise your voice. It's that you yell all the time. Everything is all or nothing thinking. And so in that, our children become really uncomfortable with showing any emotion. However, that doesn't mean they don't show it, but they also are very uncomfortable with you showing emotion, right? So they can be really, really angry and come home in fight mode and ready to like say horrible things to us, but we have to believe again that false narrative that they're hearing about us is making them extremely dysregulated, but they've also been frozen or fawning all of the time, disassociating when they've been at that other person's home. So of course they're going to have raw emotions with us. Of course they are. Think about it. If you've been trapped in the den with a wolf and you finally are released, you're going to like literally lose it. And that's what they're doing with us. But when we show emotion back, when we say, why are you yelling at me? Or we start to cry, which might be a normal response, we actually, in some ways, are triggering their shame and we are triggering their vulnerability that they're not allowed to express. And so it's really important that I say we turn down the volume a little bit. Maybe we're ready to cry, but we try our best to show them our strength. That doesn't mean we can't have a few tears, but we cannot be perceived in the same way they've been hearing we are broken, emotional, angry all the time, yelling all the time. We have to show them a different side to us. We have to be different. And so we can say, this makes me really sad that this has been such a hard weekend for you. But we can't be that very sad victim to them. We have to be their parent who is in a position of personal power. So hard when they're triggering us. No one is saying this is easy. However, if you can fake it, I say fake it until you make it. We are actresses on stage. We are acting the part when they are with us. We might go in the bathroom and cry after. We might call our mother or a good friend and cry after. But we are not going to show them. And that, again, it's not that we can't cry at all. This isn't black and white. But whatever you have expressed in that home that has been capitalized on or manipulated, that other home, when you live there or if it's in this house, whatever it is, your vulnerabilities have been capitalized on. And you don't want your children to see you in that light anymore. You have to shift that. They have to begin to see you differently. They have to see you as someone who can handle their raw pain, who's not overly emotional. And I'm not suggesting you ever were emotionally overly emotional. But remember, if the abusers described you as a 10, you have to show your kids you're a 5. And your abuser has described you as a 10, meaning 10, overly emotional, overly angry, always yelling, all of those things. That goes back to my podcast episode 8, where I talk about the 10,000-foot view. What has been going on every moment virtually that your child has been with that abuser? There has been insidious, very covert ways of telling your child the bad things about you. How are you going to change that view? How? And that's what really needs to happen. So I hope this has been helpful. See you later.